Good afternoon and good morning. This is Ethan Perry from Loyalty 360, welcoming you to a very special edition of Leaders in Customer Loyalty Industry Voices. In this episode, we're spotlighting the exceptional solution provider community that makes the Loyalty Expo such a unique and valuable experience. Each year, these partners bring forward cutting-edge insights, emerging technologies, and real-world strategies that are shaping the future of customer loyalty. This week, we're going to feature a curated selection of clips from some presentations that were given at the Loyalty Expo 2025 back in May. You'll hear from experts at Merkle as they explore the role of emotional loyalty in deepening brand relationships, Kobie as they examine how brands can harness the full power of data to drive meaningful engagement, and Addtowallet, who showcase innovative ways to activate mobile wallet technologies as a seamless real-time engagement channel. These conversations offer actionable takeaways and demonstrate the depth of expertise available through the Loyalty 360 community. And with that, we'll take it away and watch some of the clips from the expo.
My name's James Reese. I head up CRM and loyalty for Merkle. And today we're going to talk to you about our unique brand of loyalty, which we call human loyalty. And we're going to talk about what human loyalty is, why it's so important, and then we're going to help you map out your path to human loyalty. So excited to do that. I've heard people talk about how loyalty should be a profit center. I've heard people talk about how loyalty motivates behaviors. All true. Today we're going to take it a little bit deeper and talk about how to create loyalty through moments delivered to your consumers and your customers at different inflection points in the life cycle. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Caitlin.
Yes, so let me get to the clicker here. So as James mentioned, we really see loyalty as an outcome of every experience that your consumers have with the brand. And so with that, we kind of wanted to show an example of what we're talking about. So first is this case study, and we're looking at hotels here. So this is the Hilton Checkers in Los Angeles. Could anybody give me an idea of how many stars you think that this hotel has on TripAdvisor? You can see here there's a nice gym, a rooftop bar, an inside bar, some nice rooms, some nice architecture. Any thoughts on how many stars this might have? I'm seeing 3, 4. Great. You guys know your TripAdvisor. It's got 4 stars on TripAdvisor with about 1,700 reviews. And it goes for about $247 a night. So this is a great hotel, kind of a bargain option in Los Angeles, I would think. But, it's a really quality hotel, some great pictures, obviously some great reviews here as well. This is the Magic Castle Hotel. And this is a hotel that is a little bit retro, right? Like it's definitely got some character to it. There's a cool pool. But definitely looks like there's a little bit, some dated amenities, but still very, very nice. How many stars do we think this hotel has? I see 2, 5, 3, okay. It has 4.7 stars and over 3,700 reviews. And it also has people who simply cannot wait to give a review of this hotel. It also goes for $421 a night. So let's see why. Let's see why people are saying this and the types of photos that they're posting. So first, there's a popsicle hotline. Now we all know what the popsicle theme is. There's a popsicle hotline where popsicles can get delivered to you poolside for the guests. There is an unlimited soft serve machine, which my kids would go crazy for. Games that you can take out and play as a family. Unlimited snacks, again. They're aiming for the children, I think, in this one, but great there. Unlimited Coke machine. So for all of my DC fans out there, you can get that unlimited. And welcome bags that are personalized with a thank you note, hand wrapped with like a little flower there. How cute is that? And the reviews really speak for themselves here. So when you look at this, it's the best hotel. You can't find anything better. That they had a welcome event with the family where they were sharing champagne and apple juice, sparkling apple juice with the kids. And even though things are a little bit dated, it was still a 5-star review. Again, just looking at all of this, it's amazing. They still call out that some of the features are dated, that some of the rooms are a little bit older, but that every single experience was memorable. They call out staff members by name. Kevin and Gina are called out multiple times in these reviews. And it just shows the hand touch that every single employee had through this whole experience. So when we're talking about loyalty as an outcome, when we're talking about moments, these are the types of things that we're talking about. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about our philosophy on how loyalty is not just a program.
When we say loyalty, most people think program, right? It's a do-get mechanism that rewards people for transaction. Now at Merkle, we think about loyalty a little bit differently. We think about it, as Caitlin said, as the outcome of every experience a consumer has with the brand. And when you reframe loyalty in those terms, what that means is that it can't exist as a siloed program. It has to be fully integrated into your overall customer experience. And it also means that every interaction with a consumer isn't just a moment to drive a transaction, it's a moment to build a relationship. And human loyalty isn't just an outcome, right? It's an outcome that's built on trust, and it's fueled through emotional connection. And if you think about the example here, Starbucks, right? So my connection with Starbucks is originally built on trust. I trust that if I order a drink, my favorite drink at Starbucks, I'm gonna get it and it's gonna be perfect, or they're gonna make it right. But I also have an emotional connection to Starbucks. I will map out when I'm on a road trip where the nearest Starbucks is, and I will drive probably 3 to 4 miles off the highway to get there, right? And part of that emotional connection is been built over time and built on trust and my connection of the experience. And part of it is how that experience has been extended into the digital area. So when you think about Starbucks, you might think about it as a place to go relax and sip a cup of coffee. You might also think about the games that are entrenched in the customer experience. Human loyalty's a way of thinking about putting the customer at the center of your loyalty experience, but why is it so important? Well, I'm sure everybody here is dealing with the increased cost of acquisition, right? Acquisition costs have gone up about 60% over the last 5 years. And now most brands are losing about $29 for every new customer they acquire. So it's more important than ever that we drive growth from our existing customer base.
So thank you for attending this session. This is something that is kind of goosebumpy because it is truly something that we didn't know what we were getting into. We were solving just naturally customer problems. And when we got into this, how to get this more frictionless space of how to get something into the Apple Wallet and Google Wallet, because I've always naturally, as a software engineer background, I always wanted to get the passes in the wallet, but it was so technically hard. And as I grew my company, we have about 15 employees, mostly tech engineers, we found ways to make it simpler. And that was when we said the aha moment of, this is how ExactTarget started ESP and sending emails. This is how SMS platforms started. This is really, we're starting to show an activation of a new channel, the wallet channel. And it sounds weird. It is weird because I'm up here saying that before Apple says it. So it's kind of that space of understanding what you can do in the wallet is why we're going to present and what we're going to have. We're not talking about an app. The app's already on every phone natively. Apple, Google, Android devices are Google basically, right? Samsung. So you have Apple Wallet, Google Wallet, and Samsung Wallet. And what you need to know from this is that your customers are already using this native application. Boarding passes, membership cards, driver's IDs, concerts, movie tickets. It's already there. You can naturally, habitually go through the process of tap to pay, and your card's right next to that credit card. That's pretty cool. So what makes passes so powerful isn't just the convenience, it's their ability to transform loyalty into native, always-on experiences. I have to say this because ChatGPT says better things than I can say. So if you hear those words, I'm going to be transparent, I'm going to be authentic and genuine about it. So what's unique?
Something you're going to see throughout this deck is the word native. We're going to talk about some core capabilities on this slide here. First one being native access. So like Steve said, there's no app, there's no password, no download required for this technology. Passes live right in the customer's phone, inside the Apple or Google Wallet. That's a huge win, especially for B2C brands trying to cut through the clutter of app fatigue and reduce friction. Push notifications. These land straight on the lock screen of a person's phone. It's great for time-sensitive promos or reminders, like use your points before they expire. You're not buried in an inbox. It's direct, high-visibility communication. Time sensitivity. You can set passes to reflect expiring deals, event start times, or early access windows. That's built-in urgency that helps drive quicker decisions and more focused action from your audience. Personalized and targeted. Passes can be updated or triggered based on user behavior, location tier, or purchase history. Think relevant offers like VIP perks or tailored check-in experiences that feel one-to-one, not one-size-fits-all. Real-time updates. Want to refresh a balance, swap in a new offer, or bump someone up a loyalty tier? You can do exactly that and pass updates automatically. No customer interaction needed. Branded design. So with the help of our no-code point-and-click builder, which is Addtowallet, your passes can look and feel just like your brand, colors, and mostly your layout. That means every pass feels exactly like your brand. Geolocation triggers. So think when a customer walks near your store or your venue or your event, their pass can pop up with a custom message, a push notification to the phone. It's perfect for driving foot traffic and reminding people to check in or delivering location-based promos. It's trackable and actionable. That's really important for all of us, right? Every interaction, install, redemption, and delete with a pass can be tracked. So you're not just guessing what works. You get the real-world engagement to optimize and prove that value over time. So in short, with the capabilities, Wallet Passes give you a lightweight, native loyalty layer. Designed for mobile, built for speed, and packed with potential. And because they're so flexible and easy to deploy, they're an ideal launch point whether you're modernizing an existing program or building something new. This isn't just a nice-to-have channel. This is the most native way to live inside the customer's mobile life. All right, so now that we've seen what Wallet Passes are and why they matter, let's take a look at how this plays out in the real world.
We had a lot of people come up and say, so is there an app required? Is it, they didn't understand really what we had to offer. And we didn't actually know all of the tech and capabilities under the Apple Wallet too. And what I think is important for brands to understand is we need to educate consumers. It's there, it's in your wallet. This is the thing we really had to understand, that we need to come back to Expo with Mark and say, we need to educate this time. We need to really show what it's capable of and show what the value comes out for these brands. So it's really, as you see this, you might not know naturally as a consumer that's back there, but if you present it in a nice, natural way to a consumer, they're gonna understand it, and they're gonna love it. And they're gonna really, truly get the value of it. How many times do you add something to your wallet and there's absolutely no purpose? And it's just filling up your Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. Has anyone done that? It's just me as a weirdo? Okay.
I've definitely seen your wallet.
Yeah, it's messy. But it's gonna get better as we get more users in that space and we get more real utility beyond just tap to pay. As I said in the beginning of this session, tap to pay by Apple is only 3 years old. That's a wild statement when you realize that we're only 2 years old.
But in 2 to 5 years from now, when everybody's using the mobile wallet for more purposes than just event tickets and boarding passes and things of that sort, it's going to be kind of second nature to see what's on the back of your pass. Maybe there's really good information and it's very dynamic to you and your actual membership, and not just something generic, as Steve is saying, where on the back of the pass it's all generic information. This could be dynamic. It's a one-to-one relationship, and that's a good point. When we might get to the end of the slide deck, we'll talk about that one-to-one relationship where we actually know and get the data to know who's on the other side of, we have that unique identifier from their wallet. We know the wallet's ID. So that's that one-to-one relationship.
And what's important to know, that's all we know. You have access to all the other PII data. We just have a random customer identifier that fills in some. You have in the App Store is fatigue. Customers on their phones have so many apps. I have over 100 of them that I can't even find them nowadays. So I'm more into this space of understanding that before I love a brand, I like a brand. And so I really need to start as a consumer, as a user, to say, I'm not going to download your app until I love you. And I love AAA because they make me a lot of money. But there's also the value of what AAA offers. And that makes a lot of sense to have both, the Apple Wallet and also the app itself.
So the digital membership card is just one example of what AAA is using the mobile wallet for.
Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Drew Slater, and like you said, I'm with Kobie Marketing. And for most of my career, I've been within loyalty. And I don't know about you guys, but I still have a lot of problems explaining what I do for a living to my family, my friends. And so it's nice to be here with everyone who's kind of probably in the same boat, right? Like, why is your job so hard? It's just points, it's just popcorn, right? And so here, as you've heard the last couple of days, there's a lot changing in our industry. There's a lot evolving. What's exciting for everyone in this room is that everyone here is part of that forefront. Everyone's going through it. Loyalty is much more than just a campaign or a summer initiative or even programmatic loyalty, which we all grew up on, is evolving as we go. And what's important to think about is like, how do we make it infuse into the company more than it currently is? And so what I'm going to talk to you about is how to do that with your loyalty program, using that data as the engine to help run your company beyond just the program. Right? And first off, I want to start off with just a couple of questions. Who here remembers when electricity was invented? It's a trick question, because I just want to rule out all the vampires out of the room real quick. What about television? Anyone remember the first television? Or computer? Anyone remember the first computer? Perfect. Now, all these inventions have been massive successes. They are woven into our lives. And the thing that's common between them all, one thing, is they are way bigger than anything the original inventors ever thought they would be, right? The electricity is way more than just a light bulb. Electricity is woven literally into our lives every day. And loyalty is more than just buy 5 sandwiches, get the 6th one free. It is evolving just like all these inventions. Loyalty is becoming the heartbeat for brands. And it's because they understand the power of the data. It's not just the program engaging with the members. They should do that. The program should be driving that engagement. But the program shouldn't be hoarding all the data for itself. The program should be infusing the data and using the program as an engine to drive change within the company. There's multiple different decisions that can be made within a company based off the loyalty data. Loyalty programs are unmatched at collecting customer data that allows brands to understand who your customers truly are. It's high frequency, identity resolved, rich data that you can't get anywhere else at scale. And what's more important now is something, a little thing that I'm sure you guys have heard of, AI. Well, AI is based off data. It is hungry for data, and it's only going to be as good as the data you put into it. All of us have done an analysis or a model and have heard somebody say, garbage in, garbage out. And the same thing is going to be said about AI. Everyone's putting data into it, but what kind of data is going into AI to learn from it? Right now, most of us probably reward based on spend. Someone like CRM will. And we don't want that. We want to stay with loyalty. So if you haven't thought about loyalty being your data engine, let me give you a few reasons of why it should be. The first one is it's data with context and consent. There aren't many places where, in marketing, where everything is tracked. You know who your members are with loyalty compared to anonymous web data, anonymous web traffic. Meaning that everything that someone does signed in, you know who it is. And these just aren't random customers. These aren't just people who pop in for one day for a pack of gum. In theory, these are your best customers. You should be learning about them because the more you know about your best customers is how you're going to get your next customers. It's super rich and cross-channel. Again, there's not a lot of spaces where you can see a 360-degree view of your customer. It's not just in store, it's in the app, it's on the website, it's in the call center. It's even social. It's even what they're doing past purchase. Loyalty allows you to track it because it's identity linked. And these aren't just passive clicks. These are clicks with intention. These are clicks that people are raising their hands, saying, I want to participate. I want you to recognize who I am, and I want to receive the value you promised me in the program. Loyalty is inherently linked to business outcomes because we're constantly measuring things like retention, lifetime value, incremental spend. All these things drive the business more. And we know at Kobie there's a causality between outputs and inputs. The more that someone engages with the program, they redeem, they earn points, the more they're going to return, they're going to have higher frequency, they're going to spend more because they are realizing the value of the program. They see it's worthwhile to be engaging with you guys. The other thing that I personally love about loyalty is when I first came to Kobie, because I didn't really know about the loyalty world too well, but I love the fact that everything is trackable, right? There's so much marketing that I've done in the past and where you don't really know what the outcomes are leading to. Marketing is a real-time feedback loop because you know exactly who everyone is, you have the ability to target, build segmentation, and hold out control groups, which remove any biases or help remove biases from anything else happening. It's a rare instance where loyalty is more than just a data warehouse, it's a live optimization system for you and your brand. And lastly, it's the most scalable area to earn and capture zero-party data. Right? There are moments along the journey that are just natural for people to give you data if you ask them. Whether it's onboarding, whether it's maximizing it, or whether it's showing signs of churn and retention. Like that's where you want to be like, why are you leaving? Tell me more before they're out the door. And even when they go out the door, it helps you prevent the next person from leaving. So if you're not convinced with these reasons, I'll give you one more. And I've already mentioned, I'll call her. But it's AI. And AI is not something just in the Jetsons anymore. It's here. It's not in the future. We're living it every day. And AI, like I mentioned, is hungry. It has an insatiable appetite for data. And no matter how you build it, no matter how you use it, it's only going to be as good as the data you put into it, right? So how are you going to create that high fidelity data? Because as marketers, we have no issues collecting data. I think everyone here has like a whole wide range of data at their fingertips. Triangular way of transactional, behavioral, and emotional. Transactional is exactly what you think it is. It's what members buy. A lot of times people believe you can tell who someone is just by looking at that transaction data. But the truth is you miss a lot of context. Why are you buying that? Is it a midlife crisis? Do you need that car? Or is it for a gift? Is it for your buddy? Is it for your wife? Is it for you? Behavioral data is better, right? Behavioral data is looking at a website. Where am I browsing? What am I looking at? What am I clicking on? On the inverse, what am I not clicking on? You can tell a lot from behavioral data, but you still miss the context. And at Kobie, we have a proprietary tool that tells us why someone is emotionally loyal to a brand. Is it habit? Is it reciprocity? Is it status? Is it a mixture of those? But again, there's no context of why you're status-driven, why you're reciprocity-driven. We're still missing that. So at Kobie, what we believe the next layer is adding zero-party data to the mix. Because zero-party data is where customers are willingly telling you what their intent is, what they want out of it. You're not wondering, you're not guessing, you're not inferring, you're asking a question, and they're telling it to you. And so I've mentioned zero-party data twice now, and so I want to spend some time digging into it. Because if loyalty is your data engine, zero-party data is the ultimate fuel that helps it go.
The insights shared in this episode are just a glimpse into the dynamic thought leadership that our vendor community brings to Loyalty Expo and to Loyalty 360 year-round. As a member of Loyalty 360, you can continue learning from these experts through our ongoing lineup of live digital events, webinars, white papers, and industry reports. Whether you're looking to optimize your loyalty strategy, explore emerging technologies, or benchmark your program, the Loyalty 360 community is here to support you. Thanks for listening, and be sure to tune back in next Tuesday for another episode of Leaders in Customer Loyalty Industry Voices. And in the meantime, visit loyalty360.org to check out our full calendar of member-exclusive events and stay ahead in the ever-evolving world of customer loyalty.